welcome. Today guys, I'm gonna be showing you all how to cut up, clean and prepare a chicken the way we do it back in Trinidad. So for this I have here one whole chicken and I'm gonna start by parting out the chicken. And to part out the chicken, make sure you have a really sharp knife. Right where the breast meets the leg, you're gonna cut down in there. And the other side, you're going to do the same thing. And guys, everyone cuts their chicken differently. This is just the way that I do it. Now, you're going to take your hands and hold both sides, the top of the breast and where the back is, and you're going to bend that back. Once you've bent that back, you're going to cut it off. So you'll have two parts. You'll have the leg portion and then you'll have the breast and wing. Just set the breast and wing portion aside and we're going to work on this portion. Here we have, some people call this the tail, some people call it the butt. I like cutting that off. So you just go in and you cut that piece off and you discard it. This is how I cut this in half. I put it upright like this. And just send that knife right down that backbone. Now to cut the leg. Right where the leg meets the thigh, there's a bone there. Put your knife and cut through that. Now if you wanted to skin the chicken, you would pull back on the skin like this. And you would skin the chicken. You would pull any excess fat that is on the chicken leg off and set this aside. For the thigh, I like cutting off any excess fat or any excess skin. I actually take all of the skin off. Make sure guys, you see the inside of the bone here. You'd want to clean out this. Take all of this out. You may need to use a small paring knife to help you do this. Now when I'm preparing chicken for stew, I like to cut it up into smaller pieces. Now if you are barbecuing this and you wanted to leave the skin on, you can. So what I do is I cut this into smaller pieces just by chopping it. And I cut it into 3 pieces. So you can cut this as big or as small as you want. So I'm going to prepare the next thigh and then we'll move on to the breast and the wing. Okay, now let's see about the breast and the wing. You're going to hold the wing like this and you're going to cut into it just like so. Right where the breast meets the wing, you're going to go into that space there and go down. Bend the wing back. When the bone bends, cut like so. I like cutting the tip off and discarding that and then cutting the wing in a half like so. Do the same for the other one. I like to take where the breast meets the neck and I'm gonna go down in there because I want to separate the neck from the breast. Any skin on the neck, you want to cut that off. And you can cut your neck into a smaller piece. Okay, now you're going to take the skin off of the rest of the breast. Make sure and check the ribs. Make sure it has nothing pink in there. That it's the lungs, it's spongy, so you want to remove that. Now we're going to split the breast in half by simply putting the chopper or the knife in the middle and cutting downwards like so. Okay, next I'm just cutting this extra piece of skin off and you're going to cut the breast up into small pieces, or if you want bigger pieces. I like cutting the ribs off like that. These pieces are pretty big, so I'm going to cut them in half. Okay, I have the other breast to do. I'm going to cut that up now. Okay guys, that's it. We just cut up the entire chicken. Now we have to move on to cleaning and washing this. Okay, so to the cut up chicken, I like to have the tap running for this. And I take my knife and I just scrape off any fat, any slime that you can feel on the chicken. You want to scrape that off and place it into a separate bowl. And you're going to do this for all the pieces of the chicken. Now when you reach to the wing, you would want to take your fingers and you will want to pull against the skin like so, and see if you feel any feathers. If you do feel any feathers, you can take your finger, press against it, and the feather will pop right off. If they are fine feathers, you take your knife and you try to pull them off. If they don't come off, you can scrape it like so to try to get the feathers off. And another thing you can do is probably pass it over a direct flame, and that will burn off any of those fine feathers that you can't get. So I like to scrape against the skin to get all of that yellow skin off and the feathers off. Okay, after you finish cleaned the chicken, you're going to fill that basin or bowl with water. Okay, once you fill the water, you want to take 2 limes per chicken, or you can use 3 depending on how big or how juicy the limes are. You want to put enough lime, and I like using 2 limes together with some white distilled vinegar. So I'm going to pour in the vinegar and I'm going to squeeze in the 2 limes. And now as I squeeze the limes, I like to throw the squeezed lime in there also. So I'm going to squeeze out the other 3 and I'll see you guys right back. Okay, next you just want to mix everything up so the juice and the vinegar mixes throughout this. And if you guys wanted to use gloves, you can, but I really like using my hands just to make sure, you know, your hands actually tend to work better without the gloves when you have to clean chicken. So now I'm going to leave this to soak in here in the lime juice and the vinegar for about 5 to 8 minutes. After this has finished soaked, you're going to take the chicken out, put it into another bowl. You don't need to put the lime, just take the chicken out. Now I like giving the chicken one more rinse in some tap water. Once you've rinsed it, you're going to take the chicken out and put it in a different bowl again. And that's it. Your chicken is now cut up, cleaned, washed, and it's ready to be used. You can season it now at this point, or you can package it into smaller portions and place it into your freezer. I'll still advise that when you take it out to use it to cook, that you could rinse it in some vinegar and some lime again. So guys, I hope you enjoyed my tutorial on how I prepare, cut up, and prepare chicken to cook. You guys have been asking me to do this for the longest while, and I'm glad that I finally did this for you all. So if you all enjoyed this how-to video, remember to give it a thumbs up and to share it with your friends. Thank you all so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, and I will see you all another day with another one of my videos. Enjoy!